This is the Louie T Network.
In the Lab Room.
Who else could it be? For me, your man, Louie T. Welcome. You are in the Lab Room. Of course, I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Quick network update. I'm dropping a new podcast on your melon. Okay, and I want to kind of get you guys engaged, and I want you to listen to the podcast. Again, I won't be doing this very often, but I really like this episode, and I want you guys to listen to it and give me some feedback. Tell me what you think, and I want you guys to start subscribing if you haven't already done so to the podcast. Checking in on it. iTunes is on Stitcher. I'll leave that, all of those things at the bottom in the show notes. The links to those different apps and sites for you to check out the podcast. You can check it out on my site as well. It's always there too. So all of those links will be down in the show notes anyway. But this is episode 7. Remember, every single week, Wednesday nights, new podcast will be uploaded. Sometimes Thursday morning, but Wednesday night, 9:30 is when the podcasts are uploaded to the various different sites for syndication and also on the site. And so check it out, give me some feedback, listen, tell me what you think, and I'll be looking forward to hearing from you guys about the podcast. And this thing's gonna blow up. I just want you guys to jump on board before it blows up, because I'm gonna take this thing to the next level, and I want you to be able to say, I was there in the early infant stages before this thing even got out of control. So I want you guys to jump on this ride, man. It's about to be a blast. And so check out episode number 7. I talk about a number of things. First thing, I jump off talking about penalties. I had to get some players. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to get. You have to tune in to hear who I go off on and sound off on in the show. I throw some challenge flags out there to a couple teams, couple players in week number 4. Also, the rookie wall, where I list the 7 best rookies in the league right now, and that's an ongoing list. Every week I do the same thing on the podcast, the rookie wall, and so the week 3 edition of the rookie wall is on the podcast as well. So it's just a number of things. I also list the 7, and I just was in a listing mood this week, so I dropped another list, and I actually did the list, which is a segment that I do on my show from time to time, where I just list 7 best whatever, or the 7 whatevers, and the best 7 home field advantages. I did a list of that on the podcast as well. So it was a jam-packed show. It's a really long episode, but I had a blast doing it. And you can pick through it, and just like Halloween candy, you don't want everything that's in your bucket, man. Pick through the Halloween candy and get the ones out. If you like the Kit Kats, take the Kit Kats out. You like the Snickers, take those out. You like the Lifesaver gummies, take those out. You can have the rest of the candy. I don't want all that stuff. Same thing here. If you don't want the whole podcast, there's something there for everybody. Take the segments out that you like. There's a show timeline down at the bottom so that you can enjoy the show and pick out the segments that you want to hear and move on, or just listen to the whole thing. Why wouldn't you want to listen to the whole thing? It's good stuff. Either way, check it out. Episode 7 of the In the Lab Room podcast. A lot of different things, and I'm going to have some guests on the show moving forward. So like I said, this thing's gonna blow up, man. I just want you to be a part of it before it gets big, and you're like, damn, I missed the train. Either way, if you're a football fan like myself, you're gonna love this podcast. Enjoy it, give me some feedback. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about the 7th episode of the In the Lab Room podcast. It happens in the National Football League, whether big or small. We cover it all here in the Lab Room. Come back and join me as I continue to break down anything and everything in the National Football League. See you in a bit. Look forward to hearing.
There's plenty more where that came from. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. If you want more Louie T, be sure to follow me on Twitter at In the Lab Room, or you can like the Facebook page at In the Lab Room. That's In the Lab Room on Facebook and at In the Lab Room on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so.